days, oh yes, those were the days. Oh, we're live. I'm shocked, because I'm not the one that pressed the button.
No, not Evan.
Ah, well, High Class News. We forego the news that's actually important to tell you about the news that we actually give a shit about. Hmm?
Indeed.
Camera doing funny things. I am, of course, a friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom. With me today is my usual co-host, the angry leprechaun, John Little himself.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. My name is Jacksepticeye.
Well, in theory, we'll be joined by Jixie later, who are too busy not being here for us to not call them that. Because we're evil. You know how evil we are, John?
This much evil?
We're so evil that we would title this episode, That'll Do, Hogfather. That'll do.
That's not evil, that's just mean.
Mean. I'd be mean, most people think it's funny. Anyway, yeah, our main story tonight. Again, we have lost another legend in the geek world. Terry Pratchett, author of the Discworld saga, has passed on at the age of 66. Happened just last Thursday.
He went the way he wanted to, and that's the important thing. He didn't want a long.
Well, we knew it was coming for some.
Well,
we knew it was coming for some time. And
he'd been suffering from Alzheimer's. You know, it caught him early, and he did not want to go through the later stages of it. So.
You can tell all about this in the new movie in which Terry Pratchett is played by Julianne Moore, called Still Terry. But no, in all seriousness, yeah. Author of the Discworld series. And co-author of a book I happen to love called Good Omens with Neil Gaiman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. All about the biblical apocalypse going horribly wrong.
It's definitely the funniest take on the apocalypse.
And, yeah. Well, not dying. They're continuing. He had set up a while ago that he was going to have his daughter continue the series after his passing.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll still keep going, but the turtle flows somehow soars through space a little lower now. The elephants would hang their heads, but there's no telling what will happen to the world if that happens. Especially if they... Was that a message?
Yeah, Pixie's still having technical issues, so she's going to keep trying for a little bit, I guess, and if not, she may or may not join us so she can get her stuff working. So it may just be you and me.
No, looks like she's getting the Max Headroom Award of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, we'll move on to some more news. Coming out in the movie theaters this week, Do You Believe? Imagine it. The Divergent series, Insurgent, and The Gunman, where Sean Penn tries to pretend he's Liam Neeson in one of many ripoffs of Taken, from the director of Taken.
Yeah, we just need to stop making those films.
I still remember his action flick from the 80s. You know, I'm Married to Madonna. Coming out on home video this week. Annie, of Madagascar. Exodus, Gods and Kings, which I will continue to not watch. Song of the Sea. Chris Rock's writer and directorial debut for film, anyway, top 5. Son of a Gun. And 101 Dalmatians 2 Patch's London Adventure. because Disney will not stop torturing us.
I'm proud to say there's not a single movie on that list that I've seen.
I want to see Top 5. I've heard nothing but good things about Top 5. It's Chris Rock saying he got sick of being a shitty movie, so he came to the conclusion the only way to get a good one was to write and direct it himself.
Nah, not a poor assumption.
Anyway, we got a new feature for films. Release dates! Let's see, we have a new, and both of them in this case are connected to Star Wars.
Dun dun dun.
We now have the title for the very first Star Wars spin-off, Star Wars Rogue One, starring Felicity Jones, who recently came off a Academy Award nominee, I think winning even. I can't remember. Performance on The Theory of Everything. It will be out December 16th, 2016. Also, Episode 8, being written and directed by Rian Johnson, because I love that guy, will be out May 26, 2017. It's only about a year and a half. Yeah, well, it's Rian Johnson. The dude gave me Brick, one of my top 5 all-time favorite films, period, hands down. I mean...
Indeed.
Also, we have announcements that there will be a Frozen 2. Shocking no one.
Disney. Listen, Linda, listen. Stop making sequels to your movies.
No, I'm good with this.
No.
No, I'm good with this because this means they have to stop for a little bit making live-action versions of their cartoon movies.
Okay, yeah, I will agree. Again, stop. Just Disney. Listen, Linda, listen. Hire the writers from Marvel and just let them go. Just say, hey.
The writers from Marvel work for them.
I know, but they don't work in the animation portion of it. You just say, okay, writers from Marvel is what we need you to do. We need 10 original stories for children for the next few movies. That's what we need.
No, I want a sequel. I want Incredibles 2, penned by Mark Waid.
Okay, that one I can agree to. The Incredibles again, The Incredibles, that's a sequel we can make because it's open for more story. You know, we left off with the Incredibles. Huh?
There should have been there should already be an Incredibles ongoing series, in my opinion. I'd read that comic.
Well, Lord knows there's enough pervy fan fiction of it. Moving on.
Speaking of things that make us go, studio, just stop. Just what are you doing? Stop. It's been revealed that there will be another Ghostbusters reboot, featuring an all-male cast. Our theme this week is people who heard you, but just don't get it.
It's like, okay, let's see here. We have an actual Ghostbusters film with the female cast that for some reason just broke the world. I mean, maybe it was unwritten in the 80s that, you know, having tits in a vagina meant you could not hunt the paranormal, because the 90s disproved that with Buffy.
And Dana Scully.
Well, duh, Dana Scully. Well, no, I'm going to go with Mulder on that one because Mulder was the woman in that relationship.
It was hard to tell with that relationship. I think it went back and forth. They were like a pair of switches.
Nah, okay, I'll go with that. But yeah.
Also, Mulder was clearly the hornier one, and not just because of his porn addiction.
Well, duh.
But this one, and it's the rumor being that they're looking at what the fuck is that dude's name from that sci-fi movie that came out that I hate so much? Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum and Chris Pratt are apparently their top 2 right now.
Chris Pratt I'm okay with. He could definitely be the new Venkman.
Actually, I would love... Make it Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, since they got good chemistry together, playing Ray and Peter. Except just to really fuck with us, make it so Channing Tatum is Ray and Jonah Hill is Peter.
Yeah, but the question is, who's going to be Egon?
Jay Baruchel. Actually, no, I think the guy who would really do it best is the dude playing Lex Luthor right now, Jesse Eisenberg.
No, not for Egon. No.
He could do it.
No, not for Egon.
That's the hardest to cast.
I mean, if you're going to put Jesse Eisenberg in, he's going to be the new Louis Tully.
DJ Qualls.
Not ringing a bell.
The new guy?
Oh! Not deadpan enough.
He'd be a great Louis Tully, though. Louis Tully, I meant.
No, he'd be a really good Ray. Because he's got that kind of childish wonder he can do really well. He'd be really good as Ray. But yeah,
I think what you have to do... I think for Egon, you need a dramatic actor. You need to find a young version of, like, Andre Braugher before, when he went and did Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And how it turns out we had a comedic genius there the whole time. You need that kind of straight man. The kind of straight man that can only come from someone who's used to doing drama. Okay. Stretch. Chiwetel Ejiofor as Egon.
No. Ooh, David Krumholtz.
He's fat.
No, he's not fat. He's older
Last time I saw him, he got pretty chubby. Nah, he's too manic.
Wait a minute. Jim Parsons.
Who?
Sheldon Cooper.
No.
He could do it, and you know he could.
I don't care. I don't want anything that reminds me of that stupid fucking show in my Ghostbusters. We do not combine something I love with something I hate.
I know there are some examples that'll prove you wrong. I just can't think of them at the moment, but I know they exist.
Anyway, moving on. Pre-production. Tron will begin filming on October 5th in Vancouver.
I really hope the story's better this time. I really do.
Dude, the first two weren't that good, story-wise.
The first one was better. The second one was just disappointing.
Not really. Its story was just as bad as the first one's was. And had much better special effects, which is kind of be expected with the 20-year gap.
Well, yeah.
But, rewatch the first one. Not a good story. Very, very boring watch, story-wise. You're supposed to be wowed by the visuals. I know. I have both. I have watched them recently. I kind of need to be in a movie theater for it to command my attention.
Moving on.
Also, we got news on the prequel for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which will be titled Let's. East Ender Sam Strike looking to play the main character. Apparently, he's currently in talks.
Oh. Why do we need another prequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Because the horror movie franchises are a lot like the subjects they focus on. Things that refuse to die no matter how many times you kill them.
Why can't we have a prequel to Nightmare on Elm Street? I'd like to learn more about Freddy Krueger and how he got that way.
We do. It's called SVU.
Very true. Very true. Moving on.
Well, we're moving on. We're moving on to television.
Television.
Bewitched seasons 5 and 6 come out this week. Classic TV.
Yay.
Don't act like you people weren't raised on Nick at Night. We got two specialty box sets coming, not box sets, but two specialty things. Dexter, the most shocking episodes, and Star Trek, Captain Kirk's boldest missions. I bet they involve a lot of women. Jim, how many times I gotta tell you? You can only cure Vulcan VD so many ways.
To boldly go where no man has gone before, and fuck everything.
Gorns aren't that cute.
The Gilgamesh vagina has 13 rows of razor-sharp teeth.
What about Captain Jack Harkness? And finally, seasons 1 and 2 of WKRP Cincinnati. We got casting news for Ash versus the Evil Dead. Joining the cast will be Lucy Lawless.
It's funny. I can't see how this is going to be bad.
I do, but only the kind of bad that's so good. Also known as Evil Dead.
Well, it's Evil Dead. You have to have some expectations. It's Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell. You have to have some expectations.
Hello!
I pray to God that Michael Weston makes a cameo. I don't care what role he is. I just want to have a Sam and Mike moment somewhere in that show, just for shits and giggles.
Well, speaking of rumors, we now have a rumor saying that in Season 2 of The Flash, we may get introduced to either Wally West or Barry Allen.
Interesting.
I mean, after all, it only took, what, about Season 3 for Arrow to get his sidekick? And even then, that sidekick was kicking around since the beginning of Season 1.
Very true.
And in TV news, Apple TV has signed on an exclusive, signed on a deal with HBO Now. So if you have an Apple device and Apple TV, or, well, basically you can get HBO Now on it.
Yeah, it's not only just Apple products. HBO soon to be going across platforms.
Yep. Now that they're out of that contract, oh God, I love them.
We can finally
get
cable without having to get cable. You don't know how happy that makes many of us.
And if you sign up when it starts in April, the first month is free. Hey, it's just in time for Game of Thrones.
No, not Game of Thrones. Oh, Evan, you're so decadent.
A goblet of wine. Anyway. And our final bit of TV news. AMC has confirmed that they have signed on for not one, but two of the still untitled Walking Dead spin-off. Apparently the pilot is already done. The pilot was so good, the execs were just sold.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, looking at the video games, if they're using the video games as any kind of canon for this, should be pretty good because the games.
No, the video games are canon with the comics, actually.
Well, again, the storylines weren't part of the comics.
And they already said that this is basically about a completely different group of survivors. I want to say one of them, this like the Sarah Paulson is the mom with two kids or something like that trying to survive in the world. I don't know. It's been a while since I read it.
I'm anxious to see it. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
So it'll be bad.
I'll probably watch this. I have no interest. Yeah, I got no interest in the Walking Dead show anymore, but I think I'm interested in this. I'll at least watch the pilot.
It's bad that The Walking Dead is getting the CSI treatment.
Well, you know, you can kill it. We won't stop until every franchise has been bled dry. Our video game releases.
AMC's Howard the Duck.
They already did that one. It's called Better Call Saul. And video game releases for this week: Battlefield Hardline, a.k.a. that game whose advertisements keeps interrupting my blip videos, even though I have absolutely no fucking interest in it. Seriously, if you're going to do a fucking cop video game, do it like LA Noire where you're doing actual police work, because I am not interested in the freaking shoot-'em-up bullshit. I've reached a point, I've seen so many action cop movies, the more mundane cop stuff is more interesting to me. Blade Storm Nightmare, Final Fantasy Type O HD, and Jamestown Plus. Did you get all that?
None of which I have any desire to play.
I bet you're
Minecraft for a while.
Mortal Kombat.
Well, yeah, it is Mortal Kombat.
And also, it's been confirmed that you'll be able to play with a character whose entrance into the game might go.
You see, that's something I was surprised when you remember back in the day when it used to be you got a different special character per system.
Well, that wasn't Mortal Kombat. That was another game, but I know what you're talking about. Like
Soul Calibur. Yeah, Soul Calibur used to do that, where it was like 1 year they did. If you had a GameCube, you got Link. If you had an Xbox, you got Spawn. You got Heihachi if you had a PS, which really sucked. And then they did the Star Wars characters, where it was Yoda and Darth Vader and blah blah blah. I'm surprised none of these games, especially Mortal Kombat, if they're gonna do that, definitely, bring in the Nightmare characters. Where are the Xenobites? Come on now.
I don't know, Jason Voorhees. I'm looking forward to just finding out what his fatalities are.
Why not bring Pinhead into it?
We have such sights to show you. Anywho, also, a petition has over 2,000 signatures now to remaster Modern Warfare 2. I haven't checked yet to see if that will actually mean anything to the company, but yeah, I think there's a demand. Call it a hunch.
Okay.
You're right. We should deal with games you actually enjoy, like Cards Against Humanity. Hey, you can play online for free now if you use an app called Cards Against Originality.
I play it already. So I was watching the newest season of Tabletop, and last week's episode is a game I actually want to buy.
I don't know this show.
Tabletop with Will Wheaton?
Is it an online game? Is this an online show?
It's on Geek and Sundry on YouTube.
Okay.
He basically invites celebrities onto a show, and they play a board game. But the most recent episode was the Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Duel at Mount Skullsfire. Look it up.
That's too many words.
I know. Imagine that your early 1980s self, your 12-year-old self that loves heavy metal, made a board game about it.
I was not 12 years old in the 80s. I'm not that old. You weren't 12 years old in the 80s.
No, I wasn't 12 till the early 90s. But that's neither here nor there. I was 12 when I came out of my mom's vagina.
Hey, you're not the only thing that came out of your mom's vagina. Anyway.
Yeah, I got two brothers, too.
Yep, they're the best sisters a guy your age could ever have.
No argument there. I got a queen and a princess. I can't do no wrong.
Let's move on to comic book news. And oh god, we have one. Okay, let's get these suggestions out of the way before we start cussing. And there will be some fucking cussing. Suggestions this week: The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #3, The Kitchen #5, Irish Mob Wives in the 70s. I love you, Vertigo. Star Trek Planet of the Apes, The Primate Directive #4 of 5, because it's called The Primate Directive and I love it. The X-Files Season 10 #21, and Princess Leia #2 of 5. Written by, as we mentioned earlier, Mark Waid. We love Mark Waid.
We love.
Let's see. DC Comics gave us our first look as we got to see the brand new costumes post the big summer event Convergence that will be worn by Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I'm not pulling out my iPad or showing on my phone this time because fuck! For the first time ever, I have seen television shows that made me wonder if the people who did them have ever read the comic it's from, Constantine. I have seen movies or treatments of movies that made me wonder if these people have ever read the fucking comic, Tim Burton's Superman. For the first time ever in my entire life, I have to look at the people doing the comic and saying, have you ever read the fucking comic?
Superman looks like a friend of mine now. I mean, I don't get that.
Okay. A simple Google search, you could see these, but let's start with the good one. There is a good one, and that's Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Yeah, my only complaint is I wouldn't want that to be her regular outfit. I prefer to be that one of like those specialty outfits, like this occasion calls for this arbor sort of a thing.
Yeah, this is a hard battle. Let's put on some fucking armor.
Yeah, this is still good design. Good design. It's not what I want to see Wonder Woman in on a monthly basis, but it's much, much better than that stupid thing she had in the 60s. So yeah. I'm okay with that. She looks like a warrior woman.
Mm-hmm.
John, answer me a question, because I still haven't figured this out yet. Who's worse in this scenario, Superman or Batman?
Superman.
Okay, we'll do him last. Batman looks like Chappie, colored blue and holding a gun.
Yeah, first of all, rule one of Batman comics, everybody. Batman doesn't use guns. Say it with me now. Batman does not use guns. When you give Batman a gun, you pretty much just take your fist, all right, you lube it up good, and then you take every fan and you just literally ram it on home over and over like you're trying to empty a jar of mayonnaise.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This was dangerously close to being the main story, and then I remember Terry Pratchett died. I mean, Jesus Christ. He's in the most un-Bat-like mech suit you could possibly imagine.
You know what I bet? I bet he has a Bat credit card.
I'm not sure, but this may be worse than the Bat credit card.
What about Twisty Fresh Nipples? Does it, like, Twisty Fresh Nipples? I'm Batman.
This thing has nipples. I bet they're missiles. Missile nipples. Nipple missiles. Nipple missiles. No, this thing looks horrible.
The Joker is that way.
This thing just... Oh, God, it looks so fucking bad with these stupid rabbit ear antennae things. And... Oh, God.
Hey,
and I think it's still the same creative team that's been kicking ass on that book for like the last 3 or 4 years.
Look at it this way. You know what? He's Batman. He's a billionaire. You got to figure he was going to go Tony Stark eventually.
Just tell, too, that's basically what DC's thinking is. We're going to make him our new Iron Man. Remember when DC, the company that became DC, used to sue people for doing shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Hence why we had a lot of problem with Shazam for a while. And then there's Superman.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just put this out there.
For those of you...
How lazy are you, DC? I mean, your new Superman is a jackass in a t-shirt and pants.
And not in that cute, fun way, like when they started New 52 and they were doing the first year, Superman and Grant Morrison put him in one with a cape. That was cute and fun. The guy was smiling, happy. No, you gave him a crew cut and a 5 o'clock shadow.
And again, Superman on his day off is now our Superman. And even better, what kind of T-shirt are we going to put him in? Oh, I don't know. Superman T-shirt.
I mean, I like the fact that they went to the Max Fleischer S, because that's always been my personal favorite of the S shields, but I don't need you to... What the fuck? He looks like a goddamn UFC fighter. In jeans.
Yeah, I mean, at least put his underwear on the outside.
He's got like some cloth or something wrapped around his knuckles. Why the fuck does Superman need to cover his knuckles? He's so... Oh, God.
I tell you what, let's just bring him back to the 90s. Let's put him in a button-down shirt with 3 buttons unbuttoned, with the little Superman embroidered on the collar and some cargo shorts. And
you remember? You remember when we looked at the blue and white costume they put him in the 90s and thought, oh my God, this is bad. There's no way they could do worse.
Yeah.
It took them 20 years. They found a way.
Can we just bring Gene Hackman back? That would make it better.
Oh, God, no. Fuck. His Lex Luthor was horrible. No.
But it would be better than this. It would be better.
Look, honestly, and this is... I know the fucking musical is better than this. Yeah, I said it. It can't be taken back. The fucking musical from the 70s is better than this.
Let's just put him in the Star Wars Christmas special. Let's just get it over with. Just get it over with. Star Wars Christmas special, Superman.
DC, why don't you love us anymore? What did we do to you?
You got me, man. You got me. Moving on.
Moving on. Independent publisher, and thank God for independent comics. Valiant has made a deal with DMG Entertainment. I think it's an 8-picture deal. Basically, they want to start their own cinematic universe.
I think I'd be okay with that. Valiant had some unique characters and some good storylines.
Well, Valiant's been doing their own sort of resurgence lately, and for the most part, I'm kind of digging it. It's pretty good stuff. It's more diverse, more creative. I love it.
I actually love the fact that Valiant was the last major comic house for a long time that still hand-colored everything.
Yeah. It's all digital now. Though, I don't see why. I mean, now it's instead of like taking like 6 to 9 months to make a comic, we can get it out in about a month or so. So,
yeah,
depending on the speed of your writer and artist.
Mm-hmm.
And because we didn't start off happy enough on this subject, the search for it has disappeared off the Cayman Islands, and they have called the search off. The dude is just gone. I suppose he should be presumed dead. He has worked on X-Men and several Marvel books in the past.
Hey, we've got a rabbit.
It's a rabbit. I think it's been like 2 months since we had Rabbit on.
He's been busy.
I've been extremely busy.
He's been a theater bitch.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, did you catch us bitching about the new costumes for the DC characters?
No, I didn't.
Have you seen the costumes?
No, I have not.
You don't want to.
Oh, we're going to leave that little treat. We're not going to tell you. We're going to let you discover that little treat for yourself. Just
right.
Check the source. You'll find it. That look on John's face kind of says it all. I think John froze on us.
No, I'm still here.
Nope.
Okay. All right, there we go. You're moving again. And we're moving on to... It's time for the obituaries again.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
Sam Simon,
to Glen.
at age 59. He's what's made The Simpsons funny for the longest time. We'll be laughing a little bit less now.
Of course we will.
And not just because that show is still fucking on. Seriously, how long is it going to go on for?
Forever.
And ever, and ever.
Wendell D. Middlebrooks, 36 years old. Known as the Miller High Life Delivery Man.
I was very sad.
He apparently just dropped dead. Because ya Yanks can't feckin' drink. John, my friend. Do you know how American beer is like sex in a canoe?
How is American beer like
They're
sex
both
in Canada?
fucking close to water.
Pint.
And finally, Gene Patton at age 82. Or as friends of the show like to call him, Jane the Dancing Machine. You will be missed, lad.
Aye.
Alright, let's get our fucking science on.
Science!
Alright, the very first solar impulse plane has made its very first circumnavigation trip all the way around the world.
Just when you think you couldn't do it.
Yep, if anyone's wondering why my mouth is doing weird things, I got this one freaking popcorn kernel stuck somewhere in an odd place. It's annoying.
We'll leave you to.
You know what else is annoying? You know what else is annoying? When you're an archaeologist, you spend like years upon years, like almost decades, just trying to get these really great finds, and find out a bunch of cavers in Israel find Alexander the Great's treasure.
Yeah, you just stumble upon it.
They're like, yeah, man, everything I learned about archaeology I got from those documentaries. Indiana Jones.
There aren't enough Nazis around anymore to do that.
Yeah.
But going outside of our planet for a minute, to the rings of Saturn. I have no idea why I keep doing these weird things with my hands. More specifically, the moon, I know I'm going to mispronounce this, Enceladus, Gesundheit. We have discovered that it looks like we have what is called a hydrothermic atmosphere. Basically put, the place has some warm frickin' water. And if it has warm water, maybe we got
potential for life. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if I really am when we start getting out to Jupiter and Saturn and discover their moons have life.
It'll be even better if it's life that is unlike our own.
Yep. Oh, the sex tourism that's gonna come from that.
Oh, God. So Japan's going to be flying there non-stop.
Japan? Fuck it. Shatner will be on the first trip.
Well, yeah, he has to test the waters for us.
Well, of course. We'll send Shatner and John Barrowman up there to fuck everything first, and if we'll take their sloppy seconds.
Hello, Momo.
Because, let's face facts, everyone is Captain Jack's sloppy seconds.
I think even Jack is sloppy seconds. Yeah, Momo's here.
Hi, Momo.
And next up, scientists have come to the conclusion that 1610 is officially the year when mankind's global dominance had begun. That is the official moment that we stuck our massive species-wide penis into the earth and have been fucking it ever since.
So what happens at 2016?
Why, we have our anniversary
Star
and
Wars.
switch holes.
Mm.
And, of course, Star Wars spinoff. And speaking of fucking things, words cannot express the joy I get of actually being able to say these words. And to be able to say them with sincerity. To be able to say this wonderful combination of words seriously. This is the kind of thing you expect to see. Not only do you only expect to see it in science fiction, you expect to see it as a joke in science fiction, but nope. This is actual science reality. Doctors have successfully performed the very first penis transplant. Let that sink in.
Right?
I just, in my head, I have Jeff Goldblum going, you spent so long thinking if you could, you never stopped to think if you should.
Now you too can have the John Holmes special.
That's right. All you got to do is have several $100,000 and kill a guy.
Coming soon, tailor-made animal penises for you and your enjoyment.
God, that is going to put the brony community on its ear.
Oh, shit.
Didn't even think about that one till I put it in your head.
Nope, I was already thinking about that one, but I didn't think about bronies. I thought about all the other crazies on planet Earth.
The furries.
Got lumped in. Yep. It's scary.
Moving on.
Let's move on to things that make us feel better. In the miscellaneous column, I had to include, because there's just been a lot of things that fit under this category, a whole new thing under miscellaneous called throwbacks. New things that have happened involving things we love from our past. A nice video of Weird Al Yankovic performing Yoda with an autistic girl.
That was awesome.
Right.
I teared up a little bit.
I met him in a swamp down in Dagobah where it bubbles all the time like a giant carbonated soda.
Yeah.
S-O-D-A soda.
Yeah.
Going a little more forward into the 21st century, Paris got thrown back by Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, reprising their roles on the runway from Zoolander, announcing the sequel.
A sequel to Zoolander?
I swear we're going to get a Wayne's World 3 sequel, and it's going to be announced at the Grammys.
I don't know, I'm not the world's biggest fan of the first Zoolander, but I'm a rarity there. Still, those characters were fun.
Moving on.
Oh god, I hope they bring back Will Ferrell too. He was hilarious in that movie. Hey, you remember the character of Michael Bolton from Office Space?
Yes.
Some genius said, what if we actually replace him with the real Michael Bolton? The answer is genius.
No, genius. This was posted on my page. Was somebody sat down this week and cut a bunch of clips from Earl Sinclair from Dinosaurs, lip syncing.
Nope, we're not there yet.
Oh, I didn't even know that was on the list. Moving on.
But hey, since you already brought it up, as well.
Somebody, yeah, I'm surprised this didn't break the internet, because somebody literally took clips of Earl Sinclair from Dinosaurs and put them to, Notorious B.I.G.'s Hypnotize, and it works. And it works well.
They look so much alike. Is there anyone left on the internet who hasn't seen that video by this point?
Who knows? All I know is I'm sitting there watching it going, that's episode this, that's episode this, that's episode this, that's episode this, because I've seen that show way too many times.
I can't watch that show all the way through because I know what happens in the last episode, and that is one of the most depressing endings to a series ever.
What happens in the last episode?
Go watch it. It's on Netflix.
Does an asteroid hit and kill them all?
No, basically we find out the main character causes the Ice Age, and they all freeze to death.
Yeah.
And to make it very clear how horrible this is, the last character they show is the baby.
Yeah.
Say, we're gonna be okay, right?
Well, Buffy will make it okay, as Sarah Michelle Gellar made a quick comeback for a video where she played Cinderella in a princess rap battle against Belle.
Have you seen the second one?
Oh, there's a second one? I must watch this.
It's Galadriel versus Princess Leia.
Huh.
Let's watch. Oh, God. And moving on to actual miscellaneous news, Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk want to do a new sci-fi series and have gone to Kickstarter to make it happen.
No, they went to Indiegogo.
Look it up, people.
And,
Indiegogo?
Yeah, they went to Indiegogo, and it was double funded within the first 3 hours. They still have 30 days to go, and they're close to $1 million.
Thank you, Internet. You did it right.
I put my 60 in. I'm like, I have to see this.
I am happy. Thank you, Internet.
Indeed.
Speaking of really, really awesome things being done with kids, that Weird Al Yankovic started that one. The actors who play the heroes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe continue to prove that they are real-life superheroes, as Robert Downey Jr. actually presented a 3D printing of an Iron Man arm to a kid who was born with only part of one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The best part is he's dressed like Tony Stark, too. It's great.
Dressed like Tony Stark, acted like Tony Stark.
Robert Downey Jr., you're just all the awesome. Whew. And now to depress you again, it turns out that sequel to Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird has got some controversy attached to it. As no one's really sure if HarperCollins really should be publishing it, and that there might be a lot of bullshit to their claim.
Yeah.
What's wrong with publishing it?
They really haven't released too much what the controversy is. They've kept it under wraps.
Whether or not basically they actually have Harper Lee's permission, and if she's even currently in a state to give it, as she is well over 80.
And I believe suffering from dementia.
Yeah. So there's concerns that maybe HarperCollins to get the deal were actually taking advantage of her condition. And just the fact that Harper Lee, who had for the longest time said she had no intention of ever doing a follow-up to Mockingbird, to Kill a Mockingbird, and all of a sudden they're saying there's this manuscript she's had for 50 years. It's fishy.
She may have written it, but yeah, I mean, a lot of authors write novels they never intend to release, and it's really just an exercise for them. She may have written it, may sit around, may not be any good.
Yeah, it does feel dangerously close to that somewhat suspicious thing that got done when Douglas Adams died, when they literally just mined his hard drive for whatever writings he had left and then just made a book out of it.
Yep.
An awesome book called The Salmon of Doubt. Anyway, let's see, moving on. Disney's Hollywood Studios is going to be getting a new name. Don't know what the name is yet, but apparently this is the umpteenth time they've changed the name of that studio.
Is it going to have Disney in it? Yes. Will that really even change the studio?
Well, apparently before, at some point, it was the MGM studio.
Disney likes putting their big, giant Disney cock on it. It'll always have Disney.
Big
You in the ass!
Big D Studios.
Mm-hmm.
See, now I just get this image of, like, Mickey prison raping Goofy, and Goofy making that noise he makes when he falls off of something. No. That's when he laughs. Oh, the Yahoo! That can never do. I have a sick mind. That's why I'm on the internet. Google Chrome Beta will be adding push notifications. Yeah, I don't really care about that either. Fortunately, I arranged this thing in an order so we can end this thing on a happy note. John, can you guess what the final news item is?
No.
Springfield, Illinois gave the key to the city to Cobra Commander.
Saw that article.
What?
This is not a joke.
Basically, the city's going to host this year's first annual G.I. Joe Con, and as embracing the con life, they actually invited one of the cosplayers who does Cobra Commander to come accept the key to the city. They basically surrendered to Cobra Commander.
Cobra! Hell Hydra!
Cobra!
Hell Cobra! No. No, I would not be surprised if Cobra is just one head of Hydra. Marvel did originally make the comics, you know.
Yeah, very true.
So, yeah. Springfield, Illinois is the France of America. Done. And that brings us to a close for this week. Rabbit, you got some homework to do. Go look up some brand new Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman costumes. I expect to hear your screams from here.
I tell you what. Let's see if I scream. Superman, new costume.
Doing a Google search, look under news.
Under news. And he's Superman wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
That's the new costume.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Have you looked at Batman?
Wonder Woman's costume looks pretty cool. Kind of Spartan-esque. And Captain Marvel. Well, that's nothing. But yeah, I'm not screaming. You know why? Not a comic fanboy. I think the new costumes look better.
So, for all those who would like to cuss out Rabbit, have you ever seen a picture of Superman before? Anyway.
Yes.
Oh, it's so sad. We don't have Jixie here, so I can say Uranus and make him laugh for no reason. Fuck. We did talk about Saturn. Oh, those rings. Well, you can catch us next time every Sunday night at 9 o'clock, as usual, where we talk about the news that, you know, isn't important, but hey, you gave a shit about it. I am, of course, your friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom. Joining us today has been the angry leprechaun himself, that is John Little.
Night, everybody.
Yeah, some person walked behind you earlier, too, I thought it. And surprise guest host just popped up out of, halfway through. Rabbit, good to see you again.
Hello, goodbye. The new Superman costume is better.
Oh, God. We're not getting into this.
Yeah, we need to end the show now.